Hi, I'm Jo from J.H.Leather, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create your own 3-pocket card holder. Let's get started. Okay, so these patterns are available as both a PDF pattern pack download and as acrylic templates that can be bought singularly or as a pack. Now, if you buy the templates, you will get a copy of the PDF versions as well. So once you have your patterns, you can then transfer them onto your chosen leather and start getting them cut out. Now, what I like to do is actually overcut a strip of leather and then cut this down into 4 smaller pieces. And then once I have my smaller pieces, I can then use the pattern and draw that onto the leather. So you're going to need 2 big ones and 2 little ones for these projects. And when you're drawing around the little one, you can draw around the cutout in the template and then move the template down to finish joining that up. Obviously, if you're using the PDF patterns, you will have a smaller piece for this separate. So once you have your pieces drawn onto your leather, you can then cut them out. So I don't cut around the corners until the card holder is actually stuck together, and we'll be doing that a bit later on in the process. Once you have your pieces cut out, you can then use your template and mark on the larger of the 2 patterns where you can do your edging from. Now this is going to be from where the small pocket fits on to the larger one and then up around the top. So once you've got that marked on, you can then edge in that area on the nice grain side. Now on the flesh side of our larger pockets, we're just going to be doing the top sort of shaped section with our edge tool. So as you can see, the smaller pockets fit on nicely where our edging has been. Now we've done that, we can edge them. So we're going to edge all the way around the nice grain side and then again just the opening curved section on the flesh side. We can now stain and polish our pieces, and then if you would like, you can also add a crease line to your product. So we now have our 4 pieces cut out like this, and what we're going to do is actually on the larger pieces, we're going to rough the edges where the smaller front pocket is going to sit. We can now start to glue our card holder together. So we're going to start by gluing the smaller front pockets onto our main sort of large pocket, as it were. And the process in this video is the same for both designs. Once your glue has gone tacky, you can then stick the front onto the main sort of larger pocket. And once you've done that on both of them, we can then glue these 2 pieces together. And again, once the glue has gone tacky, you can now stick these together. And now this is when we can draw on our curved corners. So I'm going to put the template back on to my card holder and draw around the rounded corners. And once I have drawn that on, I am now ready to cut the rounded corners. Once you've got your corners nice and cut, you can then use your edge tool and edge around the cut edges. And then we're going to use our dividers at 3mm and draw on our stitch line around our card holder. We can then follow that line with our chosen stitch marker. And we are now ready to stitch. So we're going to start with one back stitch and then one stitch over the edge of our leather. And that's going to make sure that our card holder stays nice and closed on that top edge. We can then stitch the rest of our card holder as normal using the double hand or saddle stitch method. When we get to the end of our stitching, we're going to do a stitch over the edge like we did to start with, and then we're going to do 1.5 back stitches. We can then cut our threads off. Now, depending on what thread you're using, you can then either mount the ends, or like I am here, I am using PVA glue because I have used linen thread to stitch my card holder. You can then tap your stitches flat. And you should have something that looks a little bit like this. So what we're going to do now is start doing our finishing touches. So the first thing we're going to do is sand the edges nice and flush. And this is going to give us the best edge for when we come to do our staining, which is what we will do next. Once your staining is applied, you can then polish the edges. And then what I like to do at this stage is also add a layer of Tolkanol and then use a wooden burnisher to get the nicest, most shiniest edges that I can. And then once we've done that, we can then reapply our crease line. And then using a bone folder, we're going to work that in and around the pockets of the card holder to remove any excess glue. So once we've worked the pockets, the card holder is now ready to use, and you can put in any cash or cards that you want to get using in this card holder. So that is it for this video. If you are interested in making one of these card holders, the pattern packs are available on my website and will be linked in the description below. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked the video, please click the thumbs up button and subscribe for more videos and tutorials, and I shall see you in the next video.